Having recurring subscribers for your products on Amazon makes everything so much less stressful. I'm speaking from experience. We have tens of thousands of subscribe and save subscriptions for products in our portfolio on Amazon. If you have 2,000 monthly subscribers for your product on Amazon, that means you're basically guaranteed to get 2,000 orders every month, even if you do absolutely nothing. Even if you lose ranking, even if your ads stop working, even if you stop running ads altogether. If you have subscribers, you will get sales automatically every month without you having to do anything. And it's honestly way easier than you think to get recurring subscribers for your products on Amazon. In this video, I'm gonna show you how. Just for context, I've been selling products on Amazon for over 10 years now, and I've become one of the single top spenders of Amazon ads on the platform. I spend over $4 million every month on Amazon PPC ads. Now, Amazon recently changed how Subscribe and Save works. There's a brand new dashboard that you can use to track your metrics and to set up all your Subscribe and Save deals and coupons. But first, let me show you what Subscribe and Save actually looks like to a customer. And guys, I'm trying to bring the energy today, but I just don't have it in me. I don't know if it's my caffeine fast, which is actually going pretty well. I'm happy with it. Still drinking water. Don't got my hojicha. It's okay. What I instead have as a little treat is some coconut yogurt with protein, and I pop on a little raspberry with it. You can see that. Come on, camera. There we go. And I eat that. So that's what I got fueling me today. I just don't have it in me to be a hype man. So let's rock and roll. Start talking through what a shopper sees. So if I click this product on Amazon in search results, what I see here is on the right-hand side where the buy box is, instead of one option, I have two options: a one-time purchase or the subscribe and save option. Now, if I use the subscribe and save option as a shopper, I'm gonna get a cheaper price. In this case, it is a 10% discount. Save 10% now and up to 15% on future deliveries. Now I'm gonna explain what that means in a minute, why those numbers can be different. But first, you'll also see this, which is another element of subscribe and save, which we'll come back to, where it says save an extra 25% on your first subscribe and save order. Now, this is how a shopper experiences subscribe and save. Shoppers have a section where they can manage their subscriptions. When they go down to this section here, programs and features, subscribe and save, they'll hit manage subscriptions, and this is where they'll see their subscription. So for example, you can see I have a subscription to this NAD Plus supplement. This is also where shoppers can add new subscriptions, and they can skip their next delivery of their existing subscriptions or alter how often they get the subscribed product delivered. Okay, now let's talk about subscribe and save from a seller's perspective, and this is where we're gonna get into some ninja stuff. I'm gonna share it with you guys. Let's do a little jig. I need a bite of my breakfast, my 2 p.m. breakfast. And I'm gonna share with you guys some ninja tactics for how to boost your subscribe and save, and how to measure and track your subscribe and save subscriptions and grow your subscriptions. So first of all, to get to it, a little bit of a roundabout way here. Go to the hamburger menu, then growth, then explore programs. Then under increase conversion, you see subscribe and save. You just click that, and this brings you to your subscribe and save dashboard. Now here on the subscribe and save dashboard, you can see all of the products that you have available to create subscribe and save discounts for, and you could see the existing products that you've already created subscribe and save discounts and subscribe and save programs for. So you'll see your eligible products there. You'll also see a dashboard here, which shows you how you're doing on your subscriptions. This is one of our brands in the supplements category, and we kicked off some serious subscribe and save strategies about a year and a half ago, or just over a year ago. And we were able to boost subscriptions dramatically. And there are specific things that you can do to make this happen. I'm gonna show you how, but first of all, just how to use this dashboard. So this dashboard is actually really valuable. So if you scroll down, you'll see your subscribe and save sales, you'll see your subscribe and save units, your subscription count. This is the most important thing. How fast is your subscription count growing? How many total subscribers do you have? You can see in this account, we have 16,500 subscribers, and we're targeting over 30,000. We will get there. But you also see other things, like you see the breakdown of non-subscribers versus subscribers that were lost versus growing subscribers and established subscribers, and what your LTV is by those different categories. You can see the LTV is dramatically different for subscribers, established subscribers versus non-subscribers. Our LTV is $214. Like LTV meaning lifetime value is $214 for our established subscribers. For non-subscribers, it's $42. This is why it's so critical for you to be able to rack up your subscribers. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, if you know you have subscription revenue coming in every month, it's just so much less stressful to run your business. You just know that every month you have some guaranteed amount, a relatively guaranteed amount of revenue that's going to come in. You don't have to go out and hunt for it every single month and start the month from zero. You start the month from like already positive, and then you go even more positive from there, which is why consumables products can be so powerful. Now, this isn't just for supplements. You can get subscribe and save purchases for products that you might be surprised that people would get subscribe and save purchases for, but it is mostly for your classically consumable items like supplements, like skincare, like creams and stuff like that. Let's keep going down this dashboard. So you see things like average sales, subscriber versus non-subscriber. You have other things like metrics that Amazon gives you, like sales penetration. The most important one, of course, is this one, which is your number of subscribers, and this one, which is your LTV, subscribers versus non-subscribers, because that lets you know what you can really spend to get new subscribers. This is also an important one. You can see when we give a 10% discount, we don't have a better conversion than when we give a 5% discount, which is an interesting insight, meaning the discount on the ongoing subscriptions isn't really impacting our conversion. However, there's something else that does impact your conversion from non-subscriber to subscriber, and we'll get to it in a second. Over here, you have performance report where you can download reports for different time periods. Now, these reports are very basic. It's basically telling you product by product how many subscribe and save orders you had during that time period. It's not telling you much else besides that. But if you want that data, you can easily download it here. Then this section is pretty cool. So this is new. And this is the benchmarking section. This is where Amazon is going to tell you whether you're doing good or bad compared to the space when it comes to subscribe and save. So take a look at this. For us, our subscribe and save sales growth year over year is 483%, which is awesome. And that's because I've employed the strategies that I'm about to share with you guys. And the benchmark is 56%. So we're way over benchmark. It means our subscribe and save subscriptions are growing way faster than our competitors. Because Amazon, it says right here, comparable selection is identified based on factors such as your product category, mix, tenure, and your business size. So they're basically taking businesses that are really similar to you and telling you if you're good or bad compared to them. Now, even though our subscribe and save subscriptions have grown super fast, way faster than our competition, you can see that our penetration is actually still below average. The benchmark is 37%, whereas ours is 25%, meaning we don't have as many of our orders coming from subscribe and save as our competitors do compared to our size. And that is really just a factor of how fast we're growing. So we will get there. And this is kind of a leading indicator of that we definitely are going to get there because we're growing really quickly, but our subscribe and saves are not outpacing our growth. So that is a good benchmark to know that we're below benchmark for the portion of our sales coming from subscribe and save versus our competition. And that's just a factor of simply the time that our competition has been on the market versus us. This brand is like much newer. A lot of the brands in this niche are actually really old, like a decade old. And they've just had more time for a larger portion of their overall sales to come from subscribe and save, whereas we're growing so quickly that we're onboarding new customers so fast that a lower portion of our overall sales are coming from subscribe and save, even though we are racking up subscribe and saves really quickly, and we're going to continue to do that. So we'll definitely beat this number, but we're just growing so quickly that it looks artificially lower. But that's what these benchmarks tell you. They give you some idea of where you sit compared to your niche and your space so that you know if you're doing good or you're doing bad. Now let's talk about the main things that you can do to drive subscribe and save orders. Now, if I go back to managed products here, now you can see in this section, when I see one of my products, there's a little button that says choose discount. When I hit that, this is where I can choose how much of a discount subscribers get off the product by being subscribed. So once they subscribe, they get this product for cheaper, either 10% cheaper, 5% cheaper, 15% cheaper, or 20% cheaper. And when I confirm that discount, then that product from that point forward, anytime somebody hits subscribe and save, those people will get that discount. And that is their incentive for enrolling in subscribe and save and staying enrolled in subscribe and save. But that's not the only one, and it's definitely not the main one. In fact, so if you hit this drop-down menu and you hit create coupon, this is where you can actually create a subscribe and save discount one time from people who just sign on for the first purchase. So this is what I was talking about before. This is what the customer sees. So here's what they'll see: save an extra 25% on your first subscribe and save order. They tap that and then they hit subscribe. And these, you have to be really careful here because these discounts actually stack. So you can see for this example product here, I have this first purchase subscribe and save discount of 25, and that stacks on top of this 10% ongoing discount that I get from subscribe and save. So if I put a 25% first purchase discount on, and then I have a 10% ongoing discount, I'm totaling a discount of 35%. So just be wary of that. Now the thing is, this might sound like a lot. This actually isn't even that steep. We'll go way harder than this on some of our brands that we really want to stack subscriptions for. We'll do a 30%, a 50% discount on first purchase, because if you know that your lifetime value is 4x for a subscriber than it is for a non-subscriber, meaning a subscriber might purchase 8 units over the course of a year, where a non-subscriber might on average purchase 2 units over the course of a year, then you know that getting that subscription is worth a lot to you. In fact, it's worth even more than a 50% first purchase discount in some cases, because yes, some people will subscribe and then unsubscribe, but a lot of people just forget they're subscribed. So what you want to do is push really hard on that first purchase discount to get lots of people to subscribe instead of purchasing 1 unit by giving them a big incentive to do so. Then they'll get the product, they'll forget they're subscribed, they like it, and then they'll think, I was gonna unsubscribe from that because I only did it for the coupon, but I actually like this, I might as well stay subscribed. And this is the big insight, is that a vast majority of brands are undervaluing how important that first subscribe and save first purchase discount is. This is the #1 thing you can do to rack subscriptions. So the 2 things we covered so far is a healthy discount for the ongoing subscriptions through the subscribe and save program, and 2, a very steep discount, a very generous discount for the first purchase if they choose subscribe and save on their first purchase of your product. And another thing you can do in combination with these strategies is specifically run traffic to your listing to people who are likely to subscribe. So that means new to brand shoppers, and there's also a way to target people who are likely to subscribe, to use the subscribe and save feature. One way that you can build audiences like this that is a new feature is going down to the bid adjustment section and going to audiences, and then increase bids on a custom audience created in Amazon Marketing Cloud. And Amazon Marketing Cloud is a place where you can create your own custom audiences. I'll be creating a video all about how to do this on my channel in the next couple of weeks. But there's another cool type of targeting that you can only do inside Sponsored Display. And if you go to Sponsored Display and then scroll down to the targeting section and click Interests and Lifestyle, and then you search for subscribe, you will see Amazon subscribe and save lookalikes. So these are shoppers that are built from a lookalike audience of people who use subscribe and save. So they're more likely to use subscribe and save. So that's something that you can test out as well. Now, another thing that you're gonna wanna check out when you're getting into all this stuff is your repeat purchase rate and your lifetime value. Now, if you go to the hamburger menu and then you go down to brands and brand analytics, and then you go to consumer behavior, repeat purchase behavior, and then you're gonna wanna go to ASIN view so that you could see the repeat purchases on individual units, individual products, right? Now, this gives you a plethora of awesome data that you can use to make better decisions about what subscribe and save would be worth to you, what your lifetime value and repeat purchase rate currently is, and what it could be. So what this tells you is your repeat ordered purchase sales, your repeat ordered units, your repeat customer count, and your repeat customer share. What it doesn't tell you is your average number of units purchased per year by your customers, which is basically your LTV. but I've created a calculator that you use to plug these numbers into that helps you calculate what your average repeat purchase rate is and how many units on average each customer will purchase over the course of a year. And I've created a link to that calculator in the description of this video. Just click the first link in the description of this video and you can download that calculator. It also has instructions in there how to use it. You simply take some of these numbers from this report, you plug them into the calculator, and it'll tell you not just the average number of units purchased over the course of a year, which is basically your LTV, that times your price is your LTV, but it's also going to tell you a new metric that's super important, which is lay costs. Lay costs means your lifetime ACoS. And if you've ever been in a consumables or supplements category on Amazon, you'll know that the CPCs are way higher and the ACoS tends to be much higher. And that's because the metric for a consumables brand is not ACoS, but lay costs, because you know that you're going to get recurring subscriptions. It's just a matter of how many. So the ACoS isn't actually what matters to you. The lifetime ACoS is what matters to you. So if my ACoS is 50%, but I'm going to get 5 purchases over the course of a year, my lay cost for the year is actually 10%, 50 divided by 5, because they're going to purchase that unit 5 times in total, even though I only spent once on the ad to get them that initial purchase. This is a subject that I go deeper into detail with on another video on my channel. I'll link that below here. All you need to know is that your lay cost is basically your ACoS divided by the average number of purchases that you're likely to get after somebody clicks the first ad that they ever see with you over time. And that gives you a sort of future pacing of knowing, okay, maybe I'm growing pretty quickly, my ACoS is pretty high, is it ever gonna go down? If you have a low ACoS, that's kind of a future predictor that yes, your ACoS will drop over time, because once those repeat purchases start to kick in and become a bigger and bigger part of your overall order volume each month, then that ACoS that you are spending on acquiring new customers is a smaller portion of your overall sales. So your TACoS will go down over time. So when you have a low lay cost based on your repeat purchase rate, it means that your TACoS is likely to decline as time goes on. Hopefully I didn't make your head spin there. Hope that was helpful to you guys. Go out and rack up those subscribe and save orders. If you want to explore working with my team to take over your PPC to grow you profitably, click the link below this video. That goes to SophieSociety.com. You can apply there to become a Sophie PPC partner and have my team take over your Amazon PPC and partner with you to grow the brand profitably. And if you want to see the video that I mentioned before that goes deeper into how to use brand analytics to measure the repeat purchase rate and a bunch of other really cool metrics for your brand, check out this video here, and I'll see you guys over there.